Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay, if God said that.
What do you mean if God said that? I'll show you. Come.
He controls everything. God doesn't say now that we should kill. There's no message from God to kill civilians.
Let me show you.
God is hidden since the temple was destroyed.
I will show you. Watch.
So that's a different story. You can't bring proof from thousands of years ago to now.
Yeah, but they can, because they're gonna say we're still following the Bible. If the Bible justify,
there's no message from God. There's no direct contact with God. So how could you bring proof from thousands of years ago what there was contact?
So the Old Testament is abrogated. You don't have to follow the Old Testament anymore.
You do have to follow the laws, but not to bring proof to kill people.
Yeah, but the laws. Okay.
Because they did in thousands of years ago what they got a direct message from.
But you have the law in the Bible, in Deuteronomy, the law of war. If you besiege a city and it's open for you, you kill a woman. That's in your book. That's called the law of war.
That was directed from God. Now there's no direction.
Yeah, but okay.
However the governments want, they do that.
So
directed. There's no direction. So that's the difference today.
So that law, is it for Jewish people all the time?
No.
Is it part time?
Just from what was meant to be done. Not for always to kill civilians.
So it's abrogated.
Today, anyone who kills a civilian has to give a proper investigation.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, that you know something about Jewish people, which Allah mentioned in the Quran. You know sometimes, subhanallah, us as a Muslims, when we read the Quran, Allah taught us about Jewish people. Jewish people, they will negate their own belief for the sake of hypocrisy. I have respect, and be honest, Baba. Be honest. How are you going to tell us that law does not apply anymore? When he said the law in Deuteronomy, which is called the law of war for the Israelites.
Not now. There's no. God doesn't even let.
She's not even moved. Who has the Bible? Anyone got the Bible here? Why, you don't know the Bible?
I do know the Bible.
You know?
What's the question about on the Bible?
It says kill babies and children.
When now? Today?
No. Okay. What do you think?
Thousands of years ago there.
Yeah, but
if it says.
No, if it says, it does say it.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, it does.
That means thousands of years ago, God wanted that should happen because He controls all the people. He created everyone. That's why He said that.
But God is just, though.
Today's times, there's no justification for killing civilians.
But God is just.
What of Samuel, Shamsi?
But Samuel is 15:1. Okay, God is just, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, you see, that's why when it comes to Islam, Allah told us in the Quran, وَلَا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. Allah will not hold people responsible for sins of others. Okay? So what's happening now, that you are trying to say, it's true, Allah creates everything, no doubt about that. He's in charge of everything. But Allah will never told us in the Quran, Prophet Muhammad told us in the war, you should not kill women, you should not kill children. But in your book, God is telling babies to be slaughtered alive for something has nothing to do with them. Is that just?
Does it say clearly that babies should be slaughtered?
Yes, kill them. How are they going to kill them? They're going to tickle them? Of course they're going to slaughter them. They're going to smack them with a rock. There was no gunshot there. They're going to slaughter them with something. What I'm saying to you, I believe the scribes of the Old Testament lied about God. Because I believe,
I don't think it says about babies.
It says it's infants here. Akhi, get it.
I don't know what's taking so long.
Akhi, I don't know what's going on. Something wrong with the internet because it's raining today. So the internet, but it says that. It says kill a woman, man, children, infants. Yeah, I'm good. It's from Saudi.
From Saudi, no,
Kuwaiti, mashallah, strong one. Here you go. Okay. ابحث يا أخي قول له.
I got it.
Samuel.
It came eventually.
It came خلاص.
Wait. Don't let it go.
Okay, put it here because.
What's wrong is the donkey? He said killed the donkey.
Yeah, kill a donkey is what? He said call donkey. But I forgot donkey now. It's about the infant. That's why the Netanyahu, the terrorist Netanyahu, he's an evil man. He will try to justify the killing of innocent people by quoting the Old Testament.
That doesn't make sense because even if it does say in the Old Testament that was a direct message from God. Today,
do you think he's a terrorist?
God doesn't connect.
Do you think Netanyahu is a terrorist?
Now a different question you asked me.
Yeah, of course. I didn't tell you he's the same
terrorist?
question. Yeah, he's a terrorist.
Where are you from, right?
Yeah, Netanyahu. Because he's trying to justify the killing of innocent people by quoting the Old Testament.
You shouldn't say
Samuel?
these things.
15.
But
I don't say things on
15,
personal
got 1.
people, like individual people.
Is Hitler terrorist?
Nutka, then put 1.
Is a Hitler terrorist? Hitler.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Why he was terrorist?
He killed 6 million Jews in the Holocaust.
Were they innocent or were they evil? The Jewish people that he killed. They were innocent.
Yeah.
So is he terrorist because he killed innocent people or because he killed the Jewish people?
He's a terrorist because if he kills anyone, there was more than there was different nations also killed. There wasn't just Jews.
My question was
because Jews are generally a minority.
Okay, was he innocent?
That's why it's like killing.
Okay, let's go back. Was he evil? Was he terrorist because he killed innocent people, or because he killed Jewish people and other people? Why was he terrorist? Because he killed innocent people, correct?
Innocent, yeah. It's nothing to do with Israel. It's just a human.
Netanyahu killed innocent people. How come you don't call him terrorist?
He orders. The other one who you said ordered that.
Yeah, Netanyahu ordered the killing of innocent people. Yes, he said because he said Hamas. He ordered because Hamas. He said it clearly. I'm telling you, he tried to justify it. If he never ordered it, why he justify in the first place?
He wanted to kill the people who made the massacre in.
Hitler likewise. He wants to kill the Jewish people that they were promoting communism in his country. That's what he said.
They promoted
communism. Yes. And there's an Israeli. I don't believe a country called Israel, by the way. I believe a country called Palestine. But for the sake of argument, there's an Israeli historian in a so-called Israeli country, the university. He's saying that Hitler had a problem with the Jewish that were calling to communism. Okay? My point here is that we have to be just. We as the Muslims, if someone intentionally go and start killing innocent people, we will call him terrorists. No doubt about that. You know, like what happened 7/7 in London by so-called Muslims, that was a terrorist act. What happened in Madrid, what happened in Algeria is a terrorist act. My point here is you have to be, if you're a man of God, you have to stand firm and call the Zionist terrorist Netanyahu as a terrorist. That's why he is a terrorist.
I don't speak on people who are individuals who are, you know, I don't talk anything about them. I just condemn the civilians.
So why you condemn Hitler? Hitler is individual.
Yeah, but the whole world, he's known for evil person.
The whole world knows Netanyahu is an evil person as well. Have you not seen protesting by non-Muslims, even the Jewish people coming out in London, in New York, in Paris, many countries around the world, calling Netanyahu a terrorist person? And he is a terrorist, no doubt about that.
Why do you say that?
Because you just told me a terrorist who killed innocent people. Netanyahu, he killed innocent people. To over 14,000 women, children being killed in Gaza.
The same reason why you called Hitler an evil person and a terrorist.
So you have to be consistent. And I know you're not going to be consistent, but inshallah, may Allah guide you to be consistent, you know. Be consistent. I mean, you're in Britain, don't worry. You're not in so-called Israel, they will kill you. You're here, don't worry.
Even so,
they will not touch you.
I don't talk about people who are alive.
But you don't talk about people who are alive.
I mean, I don't mention, you know, like, you know.
What do you think about Hamas, as you call them? What do you think about Hamas then?
What's about them?
Yeah, what do you think about Hamas?
I think they shouldn't have started off.
So what are you talking about them? You just told me don't talk about people who are alive. Hamas are alive too.
You're asking for an individual person. You're talking about group.
Yeah, Hamas are individuals as well. Individuals.
If you say a name of a, I don't know, a cinema.
You see what they call the IDF? IDF. They call IDF. IDF, your army terrorist organization. Well, stand firm, man. And before all of that, you know what? What's your name again? Melech.
Ali Melech.
Ali Melech. What does that mean? Ali Melech.
God is the king. That word.
I thought so.
Okay, yeah, Melech. Yeah. Okay. What we say to you firstly, put that aside. Even it's important, but what is important than everything is for you to be saved and become a Muslim, to worship God alone.
I worship God. You don't need to become a Muslim. I think everyone who was born into Muslim, that religion, what they are, should stay and not look for anything better. They should just be happy with what they are.
How? So what was the point for God sending Noah to the people, Prophet Noah? If he's born in a religion, so why God sent Noah to people to call them to stay away from being a pagan, which is a pagan religion, to oneness of God? You know what Allah said in the Quran? When Prophet Muhammad came to you people, you even negated Moses. What you just done, for the sake of not following the truth, you said if you're born in a religion, you should stay in that religion. That is not God's teaching.
Yeah.
That's not God's teaching.
Where do you see it different?
Different in the fact that Noah, God sent him to a people that were pagan worshippers, and he called them to worship God alone.
Okay, but you say that Muslims also worship God alone, and Jews also do that.
No, you worship God based upon corrupted scripture.
What means corrupted scripture?
It is corrupted scripture about the Old Testament. Yeah, it is.
it's not.
Okay, let me ask you something now. Okay, as human beings, we have something called universal knowledge or universal tools. That all of us here, regardless of our background, we are born with it. For example, that you are, if you see me stepping on a baby's head, you know that is wrong. Baby's head, that is wrong, you know, it's wrong, correct? It's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, if you see me slaughtering a baby, is that wrong? A baby for something happened 500 years ago. Imagine, let me give you an example. Yeah, imagine now, Jewish people go to Germany and they get the children of Germans and they start killing them. And when we say to them, why are you killing the German babies? They say the reason being Hitler killed our forefathers. Is that just?
No.
It's not just. So how come God that you believe in, he's telling Saul to kill the babies for something happened 500 years ago? And you just told me it's not just. So are you going to be consistent and you're going to tell me when God said to kill the babies of the Amalekites for something happened 500 years ago, it's not just?
God said it himself, that's the difference.
No, never God said it. That's a lie against God. Because you know, as I've mentioned, we have something called sound natural inclination, like sound reasoning. Like you know, the Most High, he will not never tell you to kill a baby for something happened 500 years ago. Because in your book, sorry to cut you, in your book and my book, it teaches us that no one should be responsible for no one's sins. That is Deuteronomy and Ezekiel. That if the wicked will be against himself. I'll show. The one you want to read about the children being killed. Can someone cover him, skin? Anyone has umbrella? Come next to him, please. Show him love, show him, as a Muslim, Come close to him, Baba. I'm okay. Come close to him, Baba. Come close to him. Because the skin is rain, man. Show him. You are our guest. We have to take care of you. Show you as a teacher of Islam. Read it. Are you reading the same one, yeah? So Saul, they are here.
But God said it himself. That's the difference.
Okay, so now if ISIS start killing children and they say God said, are we going to believe them? No, I don't believe God would tell me to kill babies for something happened 500 years ago. So how are you going to harmonize between God saying no one should be responsible for no one's sins? If the father commits sin, he should be responsible for his own sin. How are you going to combine with that in the Bible, the Old Testament, with the commandment killing the babies for a sin that happened by their great-great-great-great-great-grandfather? That's contradiction.
But we don't know what happened thousands of years ago. We don't know what type of connection there was with God. So today's time, that's for sure not justified to kill any civilian.
But I'm saying, how are you going to harmonize in the Bible, which is in the Quran as well, we have it.
You want to ask a question what was thousands of years ago? Now is now, what's now is now.
Yeah, but you follow a book that came thousands of years ago. You don't follow a book that comes now.
The laws. We don't follow what are the stories.
Yeah, that law came how long ago?
The laws of the Bible?
Yeah, how long ago came out?
About 3,000.
Yeah, that's my point. So you still follow a law that came 3,000 years ago. So we're not following the law that came now. So my point is, so do you believe there's contradiction in the Old Testament?
There's no contradiction.
Okay, so how can you explain to us in the Old Testament, in Deuteronomy, many books, it says if the father should not be responsible for the sin of his son. Okay, yeah. Neither the son should be responsible for the father. Yeah. How can you combine between when God said to kill the babies for a sin that happened 500 years ago?
I don't know why God said that.
I ask you why. I'm saying, how can you? It has contradiction. That's my point. And Allah said in the Quran, if the Quran was from other than Allah, you will find a lot of contradictions. Because God doesn't contradict himself. Humans, we contradict ourselves. Like sometimes we say something, we forget, we say something opposite of it.
It doesn't mean because in our heads that we don't understand it, there's contradiction. It means that it's not from God. We have to understand. It's just a question mark, and we have to. There's ways to.
That's what I'm saying. So you can.
But it doesn't make it that Jewish religion is not the right one.
I can give you many ones. There's one of them here, which you cannot answer it, which is clear that God said.
We have to look it up and understand it.
No problem.
I have to just, Jews are just.
No problem.
Don't know what.
I understand that. You can do my other thing for you. The Torah was given to Moses, correct?
Yeah, Mount Sinai.
Mount Sinai, the Torah, which is the 5 books, correct?
Yeah.
So can you tell me in Deuteronomy, the end of Deuteronomy, it says Moses died in the land of Moab. and he was over 100 years old.
Yeah.
And the Israelites cried for him for many days.
Yeah, yeah.
Since then, there was no prophet has risen like Moses.
Yeah, yeah.
So these passages was given by who? Was written by who?
By God.
How? What do you mean by God? You speak about God gave it to Moses, and he said Moses died in the land of Moab, and it's given to Moses. I'm not sure if you know what your rabbi said. For example,
who wrote these words? That's the question.
yeah, that's a question. Because why? These words, especially when it says, since then, there was no prophet has risen like Moses.
God himself wrote it.
No, but it shows you a long time after. This is a long time after Moses died.
Is what?
This passage, which is in Deuteronomy,
Yeah.
in a book which is supposed to be given to Moses when he was alive, it says, since then, there was no prophet has risen like Moses, and Moses died in the land of Moab. So clearly this passage was written way after Moses' death.
Why do you say that?
Because it says, since then, there was no prophet has risen like Moses. That cannot be said to someone who just died today or yesterday. For example, if my friend, may Allah prolong his life and our life.
Hey, I don't think it says since then. It says
It says since then, yeah.
says that will never arise a prophet like
No, it
that.
says since then.
It
There was
doesn't
no.
say since.
I will tell you, even if.
Since then?
Okay. You know Ezra, one of your whose name? I forgot his full name, but one of them, he said, there's not just him. It's Ezra. Likewise, Musa ibn Maymun. Musa, do you know Musa ibn Maymun?
The Rambam?
The one from Andalusia, your scholar, your rabbi said there was no Moses after. There was no Moses like Musa, like Moses, the son of Maymun, after Musa. He was someone who was highly respected amongst
Maimonides.
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 Maimonides. You know Maimonides?
I'm not sure what.
You don't know Maimonides? Maimonides is well respected amongst Jewish community. He was a big scholar, big rabbi. He was in
Do
that.
you mean the Rambam?
Where's the grandpa?
The book.
Google Maimonides. Someone Google Maimonides.
I think I know what you mean. What's about that?
Yeah, him and Ezra, both of them, they say this passage, we cannot discuss it in front of the layman Jewish people. Because why? It's like secret. Because I'll tell you the answer for it. Some of them try to say that was a prophecy. Some of them try to say it was written by Joshua. Okay? Some of them said it was written by scribes, we don't know. Okay? So even amongst your rabbis, you're not sure who wrote it.
Okay, because they wasn't there.
So how can you trust it then? It was given to Moses. How can you trust a book was given to, not just this one, there's many passages, you know. There's many passages show us that the Old Testament, the Bible, the Torah cannot be trusted. Because there's passages we don't know who wrote them, you know, and also you can see, here look, you can read it for yourself.
Oh, the Rambam.
That's what you call him what? Grandpa?
Yeah.
Yeah, check it. So you, what I would say to you also,
Yeah, Rambam. Yeah.
they call it Grandpa, yeah?
Rambam.
Yeah. You know, he was living in our civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an Islamic civilization. You know, and you know, sorry, I'm going to digress a bit, yeah, but sorry for that. But you know, for the people to know, it's very sad that when you lived under our civilization, we took care of you, we showed you love, we showed you respect, we protected you. But when you go under the powers in our hand,
Allow them to practice their own laws.
and you are allowed to practice your own law. But when the powers be given to you in Palestine, look how you're dealing with the Muslims.
That's what I'm upset about. What? Yeah.
Are you against it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
that's
was
good.
saying. So
Yeah.
take care of, of the people who took care of you.
Yeah, this is very sad because when the Christians they were killing you in Andalusia.
I think the Zionists feel very upset. I mean, very like all the years they've been going from country to country, and finally they got a state. So they feel very like self-defense. Like they need to,
very angry.
like.
If
They
they're upset-
finally got the state. Finally,
They just want to show they have power and to murder everyone.
So
Yeah, so agitated. No, but the point here is, if you want a country, you should go to Germany. We never killed you. Germany killed you. Hitler, not us. Palestine belongs to Palestinians. You can't come to Palestine, take over. He said because you have no country, you have to allow us to take your country over your country. That doesn't make any sense, man.
first of all, you're not allowed to take a country before Messiah comes. That's one point. And the point what you're saying about taking which country belongs to the Jews, it is that place where God said to Abraham, I think, that he'll give him the land of Canaan. That's now Israel. This land God gave to the Jews.
No. God never gave it to you. God never gave it to the pagans ones. No. God gave it to the people that were prophets of God. But you don't follow them, firstly. Secondly, that country belonged to Palestine. The Muslims ruled it for many years. So if you're going to try to justify, hear me out. If you're going to try to justify, because you try to indirectly justifying to come to Palestine taking over in 1921, or before that, more specific 1948 or 47, to come and take over by saying because God told you. Well, what is this all about, man? So as a Muslims, what we do, we can take over Britain because God told us we are the people of the land or something.
It wasn't right.
We're like God's an estate agent.
I didn't say it's right.
You just take what it wants.
I didn't say it's right.
Sorry. If God gave the land to Abraham, why Abraham he need to buy a grave for him and his wife? He already give him land. Why he has to buy the grave?
No, he promised it. He didn't yet get it.
No, Abraham, who follow Abraham? You don't,
Promise.
you don't, wait.
Abraham
Okay. You don't follow Abraham anyway.
We do.
No, you don't follow Abraham. No way, you follow Abraham. You don't follow Abraham.
Is our first one who
Was he Jewish?
recognized God.
Was he a Jewish?
I don't know. There was no religions.
No, he was a Muslim.
He was not.
He was a Muslim.
There was no Muslim. There was no Jew.
Okay.
There was nothing.
Define Islam.
He was the first one to recognize God. Before him, no one recognized
What about
God.
Noah? Prophet Noah?
Noah, I don't know if he recognized God.
Of course he recognized God.
He didn't because
Noah is a prophet.
Because he didn't believe in God and he
How
had very little belief in God.
No, he had a perfect belief, Noah.
Because I'll bring you a proof. Because
from your Bible.
In the time of Noah, made an ark for all the God sent what's it called? I don't know. In
Flooding.
English. A flooding.
Yeah. Where are you from originally?
Here. In London.
You raised up in because English is not that.
I speak as a Yiddish, so I don't know. All Jewish people don't have the accent.
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead. No problem. Go ahead. Yeah. You talk about the flooding.
Yeah, he didn't want to go into the ark until it reached, I think, his neck or something. Like he didn't believe there will be a flooding. He had very little belief in God. He needed everything should be proven.
You see, subhanallah.
But Abraham didn't need it to be proven. He just believed in God.
You see, subhanallah. You people, your scribes, your ancestors, you can see had deep hatred against the prophets of God. Because the prophet Noah, you know, when you compare the prophets in the Bible and the prophet in the Quran,
wasn't a prophet.
He was a prophet, okay. Let me ask. The prophet in the Quran, the prophets, Allah praised them. Noah, Nuh, Dawood, Isa, all of them been praised and been glorified. But you can see the scribes of the Old Testament, the Torah, you can see they have deep hatred against the prophets of God. For example, accusing even Prophet David, accusing Prophet Lut, accusing Prophet Noah. It's unbelievable, you know. How can you trust this? How can you trust the scribes who have a deep hatred against the Prophet of God? Prophet Noah had the best.
Just a few people. It wasn't.
Prophet Noah had the best belief, alayhi salatu wasalam. Prophet Noah was the best man walked upon the face of the earth at that time, and even our time after Prophet Muhammad and Abraham and Moses and Jesus. So the point here is, I would advise you to read more about Islam, you know, and try to study your own book because clearly you don't have knowledge about it. Because you know you've been clearly, not you, the people that are scribes of the Old Testament, clearly they had, like I said, even they had deep hatred against God. God regrets. God, what they call it? God was worried because people spoke one language and they were building towers. It's like the teaching in the Old Testament is crazy about God, you know. But when it comes to Quran, for example, in your book in Leviticus, he said God created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and the 7th day rested and refreshed. Rested and refreshed. That's Leviticus, yeah? But look what Allah said in Surah Qaf. وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ وَمَا بَيْنَهُمَا فِي 6 أَيَّامٍ وَمَا مَسَّنَا مِن لُغُوبٍ. Allah said, we have created, the meaning of the verse, we have created the heavens and the earth and that which is between them in 6 days, and no fatigue overcame us. When Allah said that, Allah to refute the lies that have been attributed to him by the scribes of the Old Testament, claiming that God rested and refreshed. That's not the nature of God, to rest and refresh.
It doesn't mean rested like a person. It means God wanted to tell the people in ways they should understand it. He can't talk the language where only angels understand.
So when he said he rested, was he lying or speaking the truth?
If he was what?
When he said he rested, was he lying or speaking the truth?
Speaking the truth, but he didn't
So
mean
he rested.
they rested what people, human beings.
So what is rested he meant?
He meant to say that he created the world, and you know, on this day should be given that the Jews should rest.
But he doesn't say you should rest. He said he rested. And refreshed.
He didn't mean to say it that he himself, because
He didn't mean it, so he made a mistake.
It doesn't exist by God such things as resting. Or
So he didn't mean it, so he made a mistake then. If he
He
didn't mean
make
it.
a mistake. He just wanted that the human being's mind should understand what it is.
Yeah, okay, we understand
So
rest.
if it wouldn't say that, then the Jews would want to know, why should we rest on the seventh day? What happened on the seventh day?
So when God said he rested and refreshed, for us to understand, correct?
Yeah.
So what we understand from rest and refresh mean he rested and refreshed.
Meaning he depleted of
means
something
to
and he
say
got it back.
that the Jewish people should rest and refresh.
No, he didn't say for you to rest. He said God created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and the seventh. He rested and refreshed. No, the Jewish people should rest and refresh. He rested. So the rest, so the action of resting and refreshing is attributed to him, not to the Jewish people.
Okay, but God
Subhanallah. You are manifesting what Allah told us about you in the Quran, you know.
It's like Allah says,
Wallah,
that the Jewish people should rest the seventh day. How should he explain it to them?
The way,
should just say,
okay,
the
so you
Jews
just the way you
should
said
just
it. The way you said. So are you more eloquent than God? Who is God able to say, and Jewish people should be resting on the seventh day? It seems like you're more eloquent than God, wal-iyadu billah. Because that's the beauty of Islam. When it comes to Islam, we believe there's no one more truthful, no one more eloquent than Allah. Then after, within His creation, no one more eloquent and no one more truthful than Moses, Abraham, Noah, Jesus, Jacob, Daniel, Jeremiah, and the last of them, Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam. So looking now, because you claiming he doesn't not mean that, and you claiming that he told us to understand him, what we do understand from his statement, he rested and refreshed, mean what? Rested and refreshed. That's what it means.
But not every single
Where's the
God
time?
said,
Stuff Maghrib, you know?
Not every single
Yeah,
God
blame
said.
scribes. Yeah, blame scribes. Yeah. I got the Lord, so the Lord said he rested and refreshed.
But he didn't actually, because he doesn't exist such a thing. The one who created people doesn't rest.